Good morning, Sagittarius. What a beautiful day. Well, I say what a beautiful day, but I feel like the day could go either way for you. It could start raining later. It could go super sunny. It's one of those days, right? Does that make sense to you? Because one of your songs that came through on Spotify was Song 2 by Blur. Okay, and I thought, well, that's a bit of an odd one when it first started playing. And then I thought, actually, do you know what? I think I get it. Because Sagittarius, I think you're going with the flow. Some of you, there's been like, I was getting these kind of messages through about like anxiety and like some funny messages which I'll get into in a minute, but it's almost like it's like throwing caution to the wind, right? I'm now getting that song. Is it by the Killers? I'm throwing caution. So I'm going to write that down for you in a second before I forget. But it's like as that song was playing, as it randomised on Spotify, and I was trying to light the joss stick, and it was a positive vibes joss stick. I was going to use lavender for relaxation, and they were like, no, go for the positive vibes. So this is like handling whatever life throws with you and enjoying it, right? It's like enjoying the chaos. And there's that, weird as that sounds, that's the message that's coming through for you. So whether it's telling you, enjoy the chaos, have fun with it, or like that's what you're actually doing, I don't know. It's a message for some of you, because as I was lighting the joss stick, it was like it wasn't lighting, and I had to keep turning the match to kind of keep it lit, and they gave me playing with fire, but they don't mean playing with fire as in like literally you're doing something risky. Some of you may be doing something risky or something that feels risky to you, right? Because the song in Song 2 is I got my head is it shaved or checked by a jumbo jet? So risky things, but like the fun in it, the kind of like, I'm just gonna have fun with this, I'm just gonna take it in my stride, and I'm gonna, yeah, it's like enjoying the chaos, whatever that means for you, I don't know. So some of the other themes that I've been getting through for you, this sense of like nostalgia, of endings so that something new can begin, something closing out so that something new can come in, and I can hear the kids going to nursery. One of the songs that came through for you, the other song from Spotify, was All Good Things by Nelly Furtado. Why do all good things come to an end? Barking at the new moon, hoping it will come soon. So some of you, I feel like, have actually been out under the full moon, or like you're doing moon work, something to do with the moon. Maybe some of you are using the moon as a manifestation technique. Hoping it will come soon, hoping for something. It's like letting go of the past, right? So that something new can come in. Letting go of emotions and feelings in relation to the past so that new feelings can come in. Something like this. The moon is emotions. And I feel like it's two people, because they were showing me a moon card. I may have put it on the thumbnail of yesterday's reading. I was debating whether to do it or not. But it's like two dogs barking at a moon. Yeah, barking at the new moon, hoping it'll come soon. Again, don't know what that means for you, take it or leave it. I got the song, this is the only intuitive song that came through for you, other than Caution by the Killers, which I'm going to write down now. Caution, Killers. Yeah, the song Emotions came through for you by Mariah, Carey / the Bee Gees. And I was getting with that things to do with hormones, because I think I was taking my my vitamins at the time, which I take some of them to balance out my hormones. So it's sort of like something about hormones and emotions, and being aware that your emotions are linked to your hormones. I feel like some of you, your hormone levels may be changing, because as I thought that, I could think of 3 Sagittariuses that I know in real life, and that applies to them all in different ways, because something to do with their situation means that their hormones are going to be changing. 3 different Sagittarius, 3 different reasons, but it applies to them all. So take that or leave it. Yeah, just be aware that your emotions may be kind of a bit swingy at the moment, and it's probably due to your hormones. Your emotions will be swinging due to your hormones. So just be aware of that. You may want to try and balance that out somehow, or you may want to go with it, you know. Song 2, go with the flow, enjoy it, if you're on a high anyway, within reason, obviously. What else have I got? Something about silver linings, finding the silver lining in the situation. So I'm interested to see if the Five of Swords comes out, because that will be the meaning of that card for you in this reading. Some of you may be getting messages through dreams. I had a very, very vivid dream last night. So get your popcorn ready, guys. Get your tea, get your coffee. It's story time with Cinderella. I'm going to talk about my dreams and what that means for your reading. So in this dream, I was in a house, and I think I know it was a house from my childhood. Somewhere where I stayed in my childhood, but it wasn't that house, but that's kind of the layout of it. And I went from the first floor bedroom down the stairs, down into like the door to the basement. There was like cellar steps going down into the basement, and it was a spooky basement, right? It was like horror movie style, don't go down there basement. And I was aware of the depth below me, so I was aware that there was a basement room, and then another set of stairs going even deeper down. So I'm seeing the basement as meaning foundations for you, your roots, your stability, something to do with like your past. Basically, it's like your past, and it's like your shadow side. So really deep down into your past, into your shadow side. I see some of you as needing to do shadow work. And this is something from your last reading, because you had these like two twin cards, and I knew there was something like almost like bad about them, like a dark energy to do with them, and I couldn't quite work out what it meant in your last reading. And I've realized now that it's actually yourself. It's you and yourself, your light side, your public persona, the face that you put onto people, and your shadow side, the things that you keep hidden. I think a lot of you really need to do some shadow work. But the message that was coming through with this is like, I was going down these basement stairs, and there was a presence there, which it's like almost like in a traditional horror movie, right, it'd be like this kind of like scary presence, this dark energy. But this dark energy was supporting me. It literally, like, I was going to walk down the stairs, and I felt it lifting me, and it carried me down the stairs, like carrying me in its arms down the stairs. I floated down the stairs, and I felt very safe and very, very supported by this dark energy, which is a very contradictory message, right? And I let myself be carried by this dark energy down the stairs. And I got to the bottom, and there was kind of like a wall, and then you sort of went left into the basement room. And as I was approaching the bottom, I thought, because I was floating, it was like being in space, I thought, I'm going to kick that bottom wall and push myself, like propel myself back up the stairs. And the energy turned me so that my feet would face the wall, so that I could do that, and it supported me to do that. So what I'm getting from this is like, it's safe to do the shadow work. There is an energy. It's not an evil energy. It's a shadow energy. It's like the angel Del card, the angel of the night. Like it's an angel. It's a supportive energy, but it supports you in the dark. Does that make any sense to anyone? It's not scary. It's not like a demon. It's a supportive angel energy that supports you while you do shadow work, while you go into your nostalgia, while you go into your memories, while you go into your shadow side to do that work. So if any of you, I feel like some of you need to do that shadow work, and just know that there are protective energies supporting you to do that if you trust them to. Take it or leave it, guys. So I'm going to tune into the energies. I'm going to start your reading. I'm very interested to see what's going to come through for you today, because there's quite a lot of stuff here that's it's interesting, it's intriguing. So I'm going to tune into the energies, and I will be back with you in a second for your reading. Okay, 3 things. As I tune into the energies, I've got a very itchy nose. Some of you may have like allergies flaring up right now. I needed to plug my power cable in so that I could charge my phone so that it didn't run out of battery as I'm doing the reading. I've also been very, very tired and drained today. And again, this goes back to the hormone thing. Some of you may be very tired at the moment, really feeling like you need to plug a battery in, right? Power up, they're telling me. And there was a third thing. Oh, the crows. The crows are back today. I can look out my window and see a crow on the chimneys, on the house across from me. I do see this as a guardian spirit, like that dark angel that I was talking about, like a dark protective energy that guides you through shadow work. So let's get on with your reading. Saggy babies, what do I have for you today? What do we have for Sag, please? What do we have for Sag? Okay, right, interesting. Oh dear, here we go. The self, though, the self is radiating this beautiful light. It's like you are your own pearl. You are your own rainbow, your own happiness. It is in there inside you, but there's like this pearl of wisdom, right? This is why you have to do the shadow work. You can see that the person is literally a shadow. You have to do that shadow work and go inside, go deep, and find that pearl inside yourself that is uniquely yours, uniquely true to you, and radiates with this beautiful energy of your own soul and of, you know, who you really are. It's in there. You've got that pearl inside you, this pearl of wisdom, but you need to go and do that shadow work to find it. Google shadow work if you like, if you want more information on that. The venom, yeah, there is something hiding in the darkness for you that you need to address, that you need to deal with. I am seeing this as memories for you. Some sort of dark memory, some sort of painful memory that you've shut away. It's like you've shut it deep down, like right down in the basement. Yes, exactly, because someone was talking about Doctor Who yesterday, and one of my favourite we were talking about, somebody mentioned the Oods. So don't worry if you don't know Doctor Who, I'll explain what I'm talking about. The first episode that I remember seeing them in, they were on this kind of spaceship, and like on a planet, and right down in the centre of the planet, right, there was the devil, literally the devil. I can't remember which episode it was called, but if you Google the Oods devil episode, I'm sure you'll find it if you did want to go and look that up. But yeah, it's like the devil was like controlling all these Oods, which was like this population, like an alien population. So yeah, so I already had that in my head from yesterday, this devil deep down, right? And now it's coming through. It came through this idea in my dream, and it's coming through in your reading. So this is definitely a key message here, is to do this shadow work, right? So the shadow on this self card up here, like you need to go down. Oh yeah, absolutely. Look what's underneath. Okay, it's the empty room. It's like that basement room was an empty room. It's like this is the basement room. This is the basement, the roots of yourself that you need to go down into. Yeah, it's like there's this demon in that. It's not literal. It's not a literal demon, so don't get scared, right? It's a dark memory. It's something painful from your past. It could be something you're embarrassed about that happened to you as a child. It could be something that hurt you when you were younger. There is something there that you haven't properly dealt with down there in your basement of your soul, okay? It's lurking, it's there, it's scary to look at, it's really scary to look at, but you have these protective spirits, right, around you, guarding you, supporting you. Like literally that guardian carried me like in its arms down the stairs and allowed me to go back up when I wanted to. It was supporting me. So I'm seeing this as almost like multiple levels, right? So you may be scared to even go down into that first level and do that first level of shadow work, because that's like all these things hiding in the darkness for you that are painful to look at. They're painful to it's like you've put them down into these basement rooms and locked the doors, but they're down there festering. They're festering for you. It's not healthy. It's gonna you can't have your best life. You can't have your 10 of cups if you've got these shadows dwelling in your basement. You have to go and look at them and deal with them. And like, yes, they're probably always going to be down there, but if you just push them into a room and lock them away, that's not the healthiest way of dealing with it. It will fester, it will rot in your basement, the basement of your soul. So yeah, you have to like do this work, and there's things that have to be cut. I'm sorry to a certain person who's watching this. Because yeah, you know, you'll already know. To a certain person who may be watching this, you'll already know what that is for you. Thank you, cards. That was not okay. A bit on the nose there. Yeah, can you see the difference between this sword which is like, it's like defending, it's like this defending the gate. It's like this sword is like the guardian between these two places, this dark shadow side for you, and then the world that you normally exist in up here, the everyday world, the world that you, the person that you presents the world, the person that you want to be, but you're carrying this darkness down with you, right? And it's the sword is like the protection. I'm seeing it as like someone holding up a sword between these two worlds for you, between your shadow self and your light self. But you can't, nobody's perfect. Nobody is like, nobody on earth is a literal angel. Like that's not how humans work. Every single human has this capacity of like good and dark. It's what makes us human. It's what makes us whole. If you think of like yin yang energy, this kind of like a duality of human nature. And the more you oppress the shadows, the more you push them down, the more they fester and rot and create bad energy in your life. It's not the right way to handle whatever these shadows are for you. As I say, this could be like things that you're scared to look at about yourself. It could be like painful memories. It could be like the bad right parts of your nature. It could be like certain like feelings that you have that you push down because you think, oh well, that's not socially acceptable. It's all these kind of things, but you have to, when you look at it, you actually realize that everybody has this shadow side, and it makes us human. And having certain feelings, having certain emotions, having certain memories, that doesn't make you a bad person. Okay, acting on certain impulses and memories and feelings, you know, and manifesting that in your real life, taking action to allow certain things can be where the bad stuff comes in. But managing the shadow side is part of this, like accepting that you feel certain things, accepting that you have certain memories. That is the way to deal with them. You have to like look at them, process them, and carry them. Accept it's self-acceptance, because somewhere deep down in the dark is this kind of pearl for you. Like, look, it's like that, it's like Cerberus almost, like this monster is like protecting the pearl. It's really interesting, and I'm sorry that I can't think of like, I'm trying to think of like an example, you know, a tangible example, but I think this is something different for everybody. Yeah. I'm just seeing it as like something down, like you've buried, something you've emotionally buried, something that you don't even want to think about, something that you've kind of pushed down deep in there, tried to cut out, but you can't cut out memories. You have to, the only way to deal with them is to process them properly. Like, burying something isn't the right way to do it. Okay, I'm going to read the womb. We'll see what this means, why it's here in this general reading. I was just knocking everything over up there. Okay, so 10, 45, 6, 46. Telling me 46 might be a significant number for someone. Maybe something happened when you were 46, or when somebody around you was 46. Something to do with 46. 4 and 6 make 10, which is again endings and beginnings. Okay, the womb, the nest, the belly, the origin. Everything has an origin story. The womb archetype. Oh, I've just realised as well, I was thinking of a specific person for this. Okay, I'm going to say it. Okay, I'm sorry to the people who I know you personally. But again, like, I can think of 2 different Sagittariuses who this can apply to now. So this is like a common theme. Some of you, 2 Sagittarius, as I know, either have had this or know someone who has had this very, very recently. This is like an operation. Not necessarily in the abdomen area. 2 Sagittarius, as I know, have had experiences where either them or someone else has had an operation in their abdomen area. So with it being very recent for 2 people and it's come out like this, I have to say it because it may be important to other people, and it may be something that you need to also deal with. Okay, I'm just going to read the book. I am sorry to the people who know that I'm talking about them specifically. It's not my business to be telling your business to the world, but I feel like I have to do that because it's going to help other people. So please, like, don't be mad at me. Sorry. The womb, the nest, the belly, the origin. Everything has an origin story. The womb archetype asks us to contemplate the beginning beyond the beginning, the mother beyond the mother. In a world that often negates the power and necessity of feminine principles, this card returns us to the warmth, tenderness, and sacred intelligence from which we came. Like, I have to say that energy that was like carrying me in that dream, it was a very, very loving energy. It felt like I was being carried like a baby almost. It was that kind of energy. It was like dark energy, but not dark, if that makes sense. It was supportive to me. It is a card of receiving, not achieving, of accepting love from the mother of all of us. She is the life-giving force that forgives and cherishes even the most wounded and disparate soul. No matter how lost you are, the womb awaits your return to help you heal and grow. This card is a call to keep things simple, to return, to be reborn in the name of love. The womb is everywhere. It is beyond gender, beyond time. We are within it, and it is within us. When light, nourishment, harmony, warmth, and love. What would honouring the feminine look like to you? Where would you begin? Imagine yourself as loved. Imagining yourself as loved is a good place to start. Consider that Mother Earth must also have a mother. Imagine her. Okay. And there's the pearl. There's the pearl. In the darkness, in the womb. So this darkness, this thing that you're pushing down, may have something to do with your mother, grandmother, some kind of feminine energy in your life. Because look, the pearl is inside this person. It's in their shadow side, which finding it, getting that pearl of wisdom is going to radiate this light for you. It's going to help you achieve your happiness. I see it as. And it's coming through as love. Like, look at all the red energy around it. It's like, it's down there in the darkness, this pearl of wisdom, this grain of knowledge that you need to go and get. But you have to do that shadow work to achieve it. Really, really interesting message. The mountain there as well. That was a really common theme in the last set of full readings that I did between Libra and Pisces. That kind of run of readings, that was a common theme. It's so interesting. And like, look at the way it's come through as well, like the order I've just put them in. It's like, here you are, the warrior with the sword, ready to go into the shadow side, going confronting that monster that is like protecting the pearl. It's like Cerberus in Harry Potter. It's like the monster isn't necessarily bad. You know, the three-headed dog. Was it called? It wasn't called Cerberus, was it? It was called like Flopsy, or what was it called now? Fluffy was it? Hagrid called it Fluffy. And that's the kind of thing, right? To Hagrid, these monsters weren't monsters. Hagrid loved them and supported them and cared for them and nurtured them. So it's all in perspective. The monster isn't a monster. It's just doing its job, doing its nature, like protecting. Its job is to protect that pearl. So you're going down into the basement of your soul, doing the shadow work to go and find that pearl, because that pearl is going to unlock some kind of new knowledge, new thought process, new grain of wisdom that's going to do something to do with your love and happiness. And it's like unconditional love. It's the mother's love, right? You know, whatever your mother was like, the mother energy, the womb energy, is unconditional love. You know, love no matter. Oh my goodness! And this was the Sagittarius thing, and I didn't talk about it. And I was thinking about it before the reading. The Sagittarius energy, and it came through in your last reading, of being able to love the unlovable. This is like a skill for you. This is your skill. You can normally find something that's lovable in everyone. It's like, even if someone is acting like a bad person, right? It's like you can almost look at them and see their story and see why they're acting like that. And it's like you can see where they need support, where they need that nurture, right? You're the mother. You're the unconditional love energy. And if you aren't that now, if you don't have unconditional love for other people, and I think most of you do, the three Sagittariuses that I'm thinking of do have unconditional love for people, and if you don't have that, that's the pearl of wisdom, something like that. I don't know. I'm not supposed to know everything. I'm not, it's my job to communicate the messages coming through the cards, not to understand them. Not my job to understand your personal life exactly. I'm just the messenger. They're giving me, I'm throwing caution, and you've got the Yang card. It's funny that they gave me you're throwing caution again, and then showed me the Yang card. It's like that energy. It's like you're becoming this like female warrior. It's like you're becoming this Xena, Xena warrior princess, acting as this Yang energy, wielding your sword, ready for this battle, this epic journey. It's so cool. It's so cool. Oh, observer. Hello. I'm going to read this one. Observer, what are you doing here? Normally, I intuitively know what this is telling me, but I feel like I need to read from the book today for you. Because normally he comes out and I kind of have an idea of, I say he, I'm talking about the fox, but it could be female or masculine energy. I've done it again. I've looked up the wrong number again. So new life, I've looked up 39 instead of 49, which is the new life card. So that is probably important for somebody. It's like there's no accidents. Everything happens for a reason in tarot. So that I was meant to look at that card, even though it was important for it not to come out in the reading. I don't know why. Again, it's not my job to know why. 49, observer. Okay. Essential meanings: perspective, objectivity, neutral, observation from a distance. The oracle's message. I'm just going to read the oracle's message, but I'll show you the other messages if you want to pause and read them yourself. Most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences, so much that they come to believe that these are the only reality. Interesting. This could apply as well if you're on the cusp of Scorpio. Go and watch their reading as well, because Scorpio was either remembering things wrong, they had like a distorted view of reality, or somebody around them had that kind of like, it was like the truth wasn't the truth, it was a viewing through a distorted lens. Yeah, that's kind of like a key message between these two readings now. So they closely identify with their feelings and experiences, so much so that they come to believe that these are the only reality. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and to understand your circumstances from a more neutral vantage. Now is one of those times in your life. This is a perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged with now. You'll be so happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek and will indeed find. That is amazing. See, I love that about tarot. It's literally what I was just talking about. I got the Killer song and then it got that Yang, which is like the same message. And then I was talking about how at the start of the reading, and I didn't write it down so I didn't remember to say it, but I was just talking about how I was getting this message through about Sagittarius being this like philanthropic sign where when Sagittarius are in the light energy, they can understand the perspective of other people really well and understand their story and what makes that person the way that they are. It's a very humanitarian, sort of sympathetic, empathetic energy. But it is asking you, so a lot of you need to do some kind of shadow work, because there's a pearl inside you that you're missing at the moment, that you need to go and find and remember, and it's going to be like a key to unlock a greater knowledge for you. It's going to unlock this ability to unconditionally love, which is really healthy. You can see the fox is sat on this egg of like opportunity. Really enjoying your reading today. I was sort of saying like I was quite curious to know where it was going to go, and It's interesting. Clearly, last time I read this message, I'd also had red nail varnish because there's a red nail varnish smudge on that page. But yeah, you can pause this and take time to read it if you want. Just read the ones that you feel like it's affecting you. Know, if you are reading this for romance, read the romance message. That protection message there, I'm going to read that. Ever think sometimes your life options are suction cupped to your face and you can't see beyond yourself? There's a big world out there, a multitude of potential realities that you're unable to perceive at present. So you're a little stuck. It's time to get advice from someone you trust, someone who has a better perspective on your circumstances. Other points of view are needed now before you move forward. Take heart. A beautiful vista is waiting for you to drink it in. Excuse me, you just don't choke if you're drinking. You just need a little help widening your scope beyond your small self. Okay, yeah. Maybe some of you are being too introspective at the moment. You need bigger perspectives. Take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't. I'm just going to pause for a second. I'm going to drink some orange juice because I just choked. And I'm going to tune back into the energies, and then we're going to go into your emotions, your thoughts, your action space, and your advice card. Back in a minute. Really feeling like some of you have some kind of like mother spirit, like some kind of ancestor, or it can be like an ancestor from like a past life, or it could be your higher self. There's some kind of like nurturing, protective, supportive spirit. In my dream I got the sense that it was a masculine spirit, but it's coming through as like this kind of feminine energy for you. So I don't know, it could just be it could be a male who was very nurturing, very supportive, who had that unconditional love for you and for other people around you. Yeah, I am seeing it as like somebody on the other side supporting you. Let's see, what else do we have emotionally? Oh, I've gone really hot behind my ears. What do we have emotionally, please? Is that everything for Sagittarius? Thank you. Oh, the wheel, change of fortune, change of luck, taking a gamble. Yeah, it's almost like that song 2 energy again as well, of like, and that caution song by the Killers of being like, look, be a lady tonight, they're giving me as well. Like throwing caution to the wind, taking a gamble, taking a leap of faith, a lucky chance. I'm always seeing it as like the Fool energy. It's like a 2-in-1 card for me. So look, lady tonight. I'm just writing it down. All the songs that come through for your reading will be in the description box down below. You can go and look them up, look up the lyrics. They may have additional meanings for you. Listen to the songs, put them on your Spotify list. See if you hear them randomly, then pay attention, because they may be trying to draw your attention to something you were thinking about, or they may be confirming something for you. Sort of do pay attention to when you hear these songs back in your day-to-day life. If they're playing in your head at a certain moment, they may be trying to draw your attention to something that's happening. Okay. Emotionally, Knight of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, the World. And it's funny that I saw the wheel as the world, and now the world is here. I saw it as the Fool as well, but again, it's like this leap of faith energy. The world comes at the end of a cycle, when you're closing something out, when you've learned a lesson, some part of your life that was like it's like a huge change in fortune, right, in your life, because you've got the wheel and the world together. So it's like a whole new cycle. It's going to feel like this lucky turn of events, but it's in your emotions. So it's almost like it may not be in your tangible reality yet. We'll see when we draw more cards there. But this is like you feeling emotionally ready. You emotionally feeling like there's some huge cycle in your life that's about to close, and you're ready to kind of like, it's kind of like feeling a little bit unstable, where you know that you're kind of like teetering on this luck, right? You're relying on luck, you're relying on good fortune. There's the King of Pentacles as well, and he's almost holding that chip. It could be like an opportunity that comes in for you, something tangible that comes in, which gives you like this whole new cycle in your life. But again, this is in your emotions. It's not in the tangible reality just yet. You could feel it coming. But here we have this Knight of Pentacles. Now he is the slowest moving knight. It's a frustrating energy. So you may be dealing with somebody who is like who's one of these people, they're very, very dependable, very reliable, but they like to do things by the book. They like to do things in a way where they're kind of like ticking all the boxes on the checklist. They want to make sure that they've got everything right and ready to go. So you're dealing with someone who's really kind of like paying attention to the details, really kind of like planning things out, sort of like they're moving forward, but it's painfully slow. It's like strategizing. They're kind of taking care of a lot of things at once as well. So yeah, it's a slow process for them. They're not the kind of person who comes racing in with a lot of passion, but they're very, very dependable. It's like the tortoise that wins the race. So I feel like you're dealing with someone like this emotionally. It could be your energy. Could be your energy, could be someone else around you. But if you're dealing with this person, it's like painfully slow. But they're kind of like, there's something to celebrate. There is something to celebrate here. You can see that the horse is kind of dressed up like it's going to a carnival, or some kind of festival. And he's walking barefoot on the grass, so he's very, very grounded. This could be someone who's quite kind of like spiritual. They may actually be really easygoing, and like the sort of person who's like, I've got all the time in the world kind of thing. Why are you stressing? Why are you trying to race off? You're racing off because you're Sagittarius. You're the horse like walking behind him going like, I just want to run. But he's like so grounded. He's so connected to like the earth, to nature, to this spiritual side. He's like, yes, super balanced. I don't know why that's a weird phrase. Super balanced. It's like almost like super bad. But it's like his energy, he's so relaxed. This Knight of Pentacles is so chill. It's like this relaxed, grounded energy is like just sucking up these opportunities out of the ground. It's like something about his energy just like pulls up all these like ripe opportunities. These like, the Knight of Pentacles normally has one pentacle, but he's like creating all these other opportunities through his grounded, dependable nature. Seems like a good person to know, and frustrating person to know, but a really good person to know. Frustrating, I'm saying frustrating because you're Sagittarius, which is kind of like an energy of like, I want to do it now. I just want to go for it. Like, it's telling me fuck it. I'm sorry. Swear warning, a bit late. Like that caution and song 2 blur energy of like, I just want to go. You're like, this person's coming with the plans, this person's coming with the supplies. So this is like, you're already at the festival. You're already singing and dancing and having fun, not a care in the world. Like, totally not worried about the details. You're just like living in the moment. Like, and again, you can swap the energies around for you. So if you're associating it as this person and this is someone else for you, that's fine. Feel free to swap the energies. But yeah, this is like you having fun with your friends, not a care in the world, not thinking about how you're going to get home, not thinking about if you're going to have money for food, not thinking about like how you're going to put the tent up, like to sleep. You're just like enjoying the moment. But this is the person, and this is why you actually turn out to be quite a really good team, because this is the person putting the tent up, this is the person bringing the bottles of water, this is the person bringing he's made sandwiches for the journey, he's got a flask of tea, he's, you know what I mean, he's on his way, he's just taking a long time because he's got to take care of all these like practical details, because you're not thinking about the practical details. You're just off singing and dancing at the festival, knowing that he's on his way and he's going to look after you and he's going to carry you in his arms back to the tent that he's carefully put up for 3 hours because you've not helped. It's so funny the way this is coming through for me today. But it's lovely, it's so lovely. And I think actually, as frustrated as you probably get with this person, or vice versa, you're actually very, very thankful that in the end that he took the time to make the sandwiches, to get that flask of tea, to put the tent up properly, because it makes your life more comfortable and it allows you to enjoy the moment. It's gorgeous. What a gorgeous story. Like, and that's in your heart space. It's like that appreciation for that person, even though they frustrate you. But there's some like, again, you've got this world card, so it's like, you know, something's changing. You know that all good things come to an end, right? Doesn't mean that this relationship's ending, but maybe like the festival has to end. The festival has to end. You have to go home. You have to go on that new journey so that you can go to a festival again next year. You have to go and do the prep work, earn the money, like something like that. But there's like this sense of luck as well. So you may be at some kind of party or celebration, and there's suddenly this like surprise opportunity for you, and it's like, I'm going to take a gamble here. I'm going to take a gamble with this. Show you that King of Pentacles card. I'm seeing it as the Knight of Pentacles. It's like the same energy. He's like so chill and so happy-go-lucky. He's like, yeah, he's like doing all this prep work because that's natural for him to do, and that's what makes him happy. It's nurturing energy. He's a bit of a homebody. He's a bit of a hippie, but he's so cool, and he's just handling everything. He's absolutely handling everything. So that might be like a father, it might be a partner, it might be a boss. I don't know. But it's lovely. It's really lovely. Okay, what's going on here? What is, in your thoughts? What's in your thoughts? So I'm using the vice versa tarot. I saw that glimmer for Wands card again. Always shows itself to me every time I pick up this pack. Okay, that's everything for you. Hierophant there on the bottom. This is kind of like spiritual guidance, higher knowledge. It can be like a masculine figure in your life, possibly like King of Pentacles. He does seem like a bit of a hippie, right? I was saying he seems quite kind of spiritual. He's got his feet out there walking on the grass, very, very grounded. Yeah, it's similar energy. So this may be like an earth sign that you're dealing with. It could be Taurus. Hierophant. Who's the Hierophant? Can't remember all the signs, but it's giving me like Taurus, Capricorn possibly today for you. He could be wearing a mask. He's wearing a mask, right? Not in like a deceptive way, but more because he just plays it really cool. Really, really cool. But he's somebody that you can learn from, I think, and learn from spiritually. This may be like, if you're going to a festival, there could be some sort of like spiritual guru there that you're like, I'm going to take a chance and go and see what he has to say. And then he says something, it's like a revelation for you. It opens this whole new portal. Take it or leave it. Obviously, there's not many festivals going on right now because of COVID, because of lockdown. So sorry about the nakedness of this card. In your thoughts, again, you've got the ending, Ten of Swords, so you're thinking about some sort of ending. Could have felt like some sort of betrayal. It's like stabbed in the back energy. It was literally stabbed in the front on this card. Yeah, so someone could have stuck the knife in and turned it deep. You have that sword card up there as well. Yeah, it's kind of like again, it's probably something from the past, something that ended in the past and it was really painful for you. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, 100% this is a message coming through really, really clearly for me. Something in the past that really hurt, was really painful for you. It felt like stabbed in the back, but they looked in your eyes and stabbed you right in the chest as they did it. It was really painful. You felt really betrayed. This is what I think, what for a lot of you, what's hiding down there in the dark. It's a clear message coming through for me. But you've got double rebirth energy here. This is the Judgment card. This is rebirth. Because if you look on the vice versa card, he wasn't even in there. This person pierced your armour. Because look, it's not in there. It's empty. It's empty. They thought they were stabbing you. But you've... Yes, like rebirth. You weren't even in the armour. You're there. You're fine. You're absolutely fine. And you're looking at the armour and you're thinking, wow, that was a close call. Like this... There's the void there as well, right? With a... What's it even called? The eclipse. There's an eclipse there. So yeah, it's like an ending to have a rebirth. Because double rebirth. Look, that's rebirth. This is rebirth. The Judgment card. Bottoms. Sorry for the nakedness. Yeah, it's like again, like this protective angel spirit is very powerful. This is like hearing the call. I'm really getting rebirth. It's like once you let go of that thing, once you do that shadow work, like, and it's like gaining perspective as well. Like in this card, you're in the armor. You're feeling the pain of it. He looks like he's in the armor. You can kind of see the shape of his body here. So if this is your perspective, if you're in that moment, it hurts. But as soon as you do that shadow work and you gain that higher perspective on the situation, then it takes you out of the situation and you can look at it with a clearer view that is less painful. You can see he's fine. He's not hurt by this anymore. So it's this ending of a painful memory for you. It's gaining a high perspective to end a painful memory and have this rebirth. It's like the phoenix there. Yeah, you can see like they're up out of the coffins. They're having this rebirth. They're new, they're naked, they're fresh. It's like reborn energy. Not necessarily in a religious sense, but yeah, endings and beginnings. Why do all good things come to an end? Because you have to have the end to have the new beginning. It's like the key theme of your I'm going to turn it that way. It's like the key thing. And look, you've got that observer card again. It's like stop looking at something from inside the box. Get outside the box and get that perspective, that dark energy as well, really coming through there for you. Yeah, but again, trust the darkness, do the shadow work, whatever that is for you. It might not be clear yet, but I think it's gonna, if you don't know what it is yet, it's gonna come up for you, and you're gonna realise, and you're gonna be like, yeah, I need to deal with that thing from the past that I never dealt with, that I just buried. I've got to look at that again from a higher perspective. So this is your, oh my god, unbelievable. And I saw a black and white cat as well yesterday. Again, some of you are cuspers. You're right on the cusp of like Scorpio, Sagittarius. Go and watch that Scorpio reading as well. If you are on the cusp, or if you're dealing with a Scorpio, that black and white cat. Okay, can I get some more information on this death card in the action space, please? More information on this death card in the action space. Can you tell me more about the death card in the action space for Sagittarius, please? Why is the death card here, please, in Sagittarius action space? Thank you. So something hidden that they don't want you to know about here. We'll get into that in a second. Which way around does this card want to go? Thank you. And which way around does this card want to go? Thank you. So we're going to get into this in a second. The death card without clarifiers can be many things. Oh, you have the moon here as well. Looking at the new moon. Secrets, things that are hidden, things that, illusions, things that are unclear. I feel like you're not seeing something clearly because you experienced it. Because you're the person that experienced this thing, you can't see it clearly. You can only see it from your own perspective. But actually, like, that pearl of wisdom is the ability to see it from other people's perspectives, or to be able to get a higher perspective and look at it from a different view. That's how you're going to heal from the pain of that past situation. Yeah, there's something that you're not seeing. You don't have the whole story because you're seeing it. Like, especially if you were a child. I've been playing this game on my gaming channel, Cinderella Plays Games, called Tell Me Why, and it's about these two twins. And in your reading, I see it's coming through as like you and yourself, like you and your shadow self. But they are looking back at their childhood memories, and the two twins see the memories from different perspectives. They have different. It was one event, right? So it could have only happened one way, but each twin has a different version of events from their perspective. So yeah, I feel like it's very much something that happened in your childhood, and you can only currently see it from that childhood lens, where actually if you go back and revisit it now as an adult, with a lot more experience about the world, the actions of people, the motivations of people, why people get themselves into certain difficult situations, I think with your adult eyes you can go and look at that childhood incident from a better perspective. So I keep banging on about the same thing, but it's they're drilling it. It's like they're drilling it into me. They even like made me dream about this thing. So here you go, some kind of ending. It could, like, again, it could mean a literal death. I'm seeing it as a past death, right? It's something that happened in the past. Very creepy card. it's like it's time to look at this again. It's time to revisit this. It doesn't have to be an actual death. It can be, but it's like an ending, some kind of ending, and it looks like it was a really painful ending there because you have that Ten of Swords, or it's you think of it as a painful ending. It's in your thoughts. This is something that tangibly happened, something that tangibly ended, and I think it felt like the rug was being pulled out from under your feet. It was something sudden, something unexpected, really hurt. I am seeing it as something in your past. Okay, here we go. Knight of Swords. So what is the Death card? And this was hiding. This was hiding from me. It went back in the pack and flipped and hid. Knight of Swords and Eight of Wands. So these are both cards to do with communication, with information, with news coming in, or you sending news to someone else. And it's also like, so both cards about information, receiving or giving information, and it's quite swift information. The Knight of Swords normally has has a sword. The both cards about action. The Knight of Swords takes swift, drastic action. He will run in there and cut something out and run off again. It's like he'll run in, deliver the news, and run off again. It's like, oh my god, what was that? It was like a whirlwind, and now everything's changed. That's how it feels. I am seeing it as a past situation that you need to revisit, but yeah, it's like short, sharp shock kind of thing. Like, oh my god, did that just happen? Or you knowing that you have to take drastic action because you have like that caution song and the world card and the wheel card. It's like you have to do something. It's like now's your chance to say something, or now's your chance to do something. These are both like fast action communication cards. The Knight of Swords also with the ravens. You had the ravens as like that supportive angel energy. I do see these as ravens or crows as information gatherers, communicators, spies. You have that observer card. This is like someone watching, gaining a different perspective. Crows have a high perspective. They literally fly up into the air, get a really big high perspective. Again, for some of you it is somebody who's passed over, but it's a protective spirit. It's the angel of the night card for me. Got a lot of watching. This person here watching. These crows are watching. This is watching. I feel like someone is watching over you. That's what it's coming through as. Somebody on the other side is watching over you, and it's a protective spirit. Getting something else there, but I'm not comfortable saying it just yet unless I get more indicators. The sun, yeah, well, you've got the moon up there, so there's something you're not seeing clearly. There's something, I don't think you have that higher perspective. Yeah, you can see the sun card is like bright sunshine, like daytime, but it's dark. Also, you've got the it's like Stonehenge there. Like again, it's like this spiritual festival. I don't know. Some of you may have been to some kind of spiritual festival. Yeah, it's like the sun card, but there's no sun there. Like not seeing something clearly, like there's illusions, disillusionment. There's you're not seeing a situation clearly, and that message is coming through very clearly. Queen of Pentacles, that's the mother. The Queen of Pentacles is the mum card of the tarot for me. And as soon as I saw it, that's what came into my head immediately. And this can be like literally a son, a child, and this is a mother. A nurturing mother, like protective. It's like, look at the wolves, it's like family, right? Family. Love, protection, hugs, warmth, comfort. And look, that king there. So again, it could be a male who's very nurturing, who's like very like a motherly male. These wolves seem really important for you. Got a lot of animals in your reading. I mean, I am using an animal deck, but I felt like that was important to do. Maybe you work with animals. The King and Queen of Pentacles are a husband and wife in the tarot. I am seeing a connection between these two characters because they've both got wolves on the card. Something going on spiritually here. Some kind of spiritual connection. Okay, you're staying out, King of Pentacles. Rug out from underneath your feet, need to see something from a higher perspective, need to take drastic action, or drastic action was taken. News possibly coming in that was almost like a shocking news, like dramatic news. Someone's not seeing the situation clearly. There's clouded judgment, there's illusion here, intuition also. The sun isn't, there's no clarity here. And then you have this card that's very much representing kind of like a nurturing mother figure. It doesn't have to necessarily be a mother. It could be a boss. It could be someone at work, a friend who's very, very grounded and stable, like likes to do career. It's like this energy is coming through really strongly in your reading. It's this person who like does the work, who's there, who's stable, who's nurturing, who makes the sandwiches, makes the flask of tea, puts up the tent. All the pentacle figures are the same sort of energy, the same character of person. Like really good people to go to for advice as well. Really good people to go to if you need support. Don't take the mickey out of them because they don't tend to bear fools easily. You know, they may get tired of your happy-go-lucky energy. You're different people, you're different characters, so you may struggle to understand each other sometimes. But yeah, if you appreciate them, that's all they ask. The pentacle characters, all they ask is that you appreciate them, because they are happy to love you, to nurture you, to make you dinner, to go to work every day, because that's all they want to do. All they want to do is love and nurture and protect the people that they love and the people who appreciate them. All they want is the appreciation. That's all they want in return. So just appreciate them for what they do. Interesting reading, Sagittarius. Very emotional reading, but like a lovely, like, even the dark energy in your reading is like coming through as like this supportive, like it's like the other side, support from the other side. Like don't be scared of the dark, because the dark, there's things watching over you, there's things protecting you in the darkness, there's things that love you in the darkness. And there's things that love you in the tangible real world as well, in the grounded reality of this world. People who love and protect you and support you and nurture you. Like so much love in this reading. Like I'm on the verge of tears now. There's so much love in this reading of people around you who love you. And Sagittarius is just, you're annoying as fuck sometimes. Like you really are. But you have this gorgeous like energy that just enjoys the moment, that just enjoys life, and it's, people love you, they really do. Sagittarius is a very easy energy to love. So can we get advice, please, for the people who are coming to this reading today? What's the best advice you can give them? What's the best advice you can give them? The people coming to this reading today, what do they need to know? Anything? Last chance, and then I'm going to go to a different deck. Okay, now they're trying to give me all the cards. There we go. Balance, again, yin-yang, balancing out the light side and the dark side, all tied up. I feel like you're tied up because you need to do that shadow work. Blossoming abundance, though. I feel like the blossoming abundance is that pearl of wisdom once you do your shadow work. 3 and 22. 22 is a really good number in numerology and tarot. It's about partnerships. Again, it's like almost like these two people balance each other out. You're so different. You're like such different energies, but you know how to enjoy life. You know how to have fun, and you bring out the fun side in that person, I think. I'm going to read 22 first. And I'm going to have a sip of orange juice because my throat's getting dry. Love this reading. Yin Yang, passive active, intuitive logical. This card represents energetic life cycles, and its purpose is to help you identify the particular cyclic energy moving into or out of your experience. In its upright position, it heralds a yin cycle, where most of the action seems to be happening under the surface of things. It's interesting because you have the yang card there, and this is telling you you're entering into a yin cycle. So you may be entering out of a cycle where you've been acting in quite masculine, action-based energy, into a yin cycle where you're taking a much more nurturing, kind of laid-back role. This is a time of great receptivity, intuition, and gestation. Gestation! External, that's for one of you. External circumstances may be forcing you to go within and examine present activity. It's an especially good time for contemplation, so wrap things up. Yin cycles often call you to be passive, yielding, and reflective. Go with the flow. I was saying that at the beginning. So open up to these sides of your nature. Being more than acting is the intention here. It's like it wants you to be the person who just enjoys life, goes with the flow, be free, let people take care of you, take care of other people. Here you go. So if you want to pause that, read it yourself, screenshot it, keep it with you. It did not come out reversed, it came out in the upright, but it's there if you want to read through that. And the affirmation there as well. You may want to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that on a daily basis for a little while until you've done that shadow work. Number three. Blossoming abundance. This is one of the most lovely cards to get. Increasing wealth and value. This card shows a beautiful golden garden in the springtime with coins and new flowers blossoming all around. They even hang like fruit on the trees above. Upright, this card signals a new increase in wealth, possibly in a dramatic and unexpected way. Wealth in tarot for me doesn't necessarily mean money. It is coming through as money on this card, but I see it more as it can be a wealth of knowledge, it can be a wealth of abundance and love and just a prosperous time in life in terms of feeling abundant in a lot of different ways. Be aware that you sow the seeds of your own wealth and prosperity, much like a gardener works the ground and begins to see blooming results take hold. This card upright indicates that the universe is blessing you and helping the fruits of your labour to blossom. So smell the flowers and tend to the new growth, be grateful and enjoy. And I was sort of talking as well about how this Knight of Pentacles, it's almost like he just naturally, is his way, he just plants the seeds. It's like he plants the seeds as he walks, and then when the time's right, they just come out of the ground into his hands. So pentacles can literally mean money. So this person may be reaping what they've sown. Maybe they sowed the seeds in spring and now it's paying off. It's all that fruit, all that money, whatever that is ready to harvest. He's so chill about it though as well. He's so just taking it in his stride. Right, here we go. I love that pack. That is the Light Seers Tarot. Wait, hang on, why am I showing you that? Don't look at that. Not for you. There you go. Abundant wealth blossoms all around me. I see the value in my everyday life. This pack here with the Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. It's if you did want to get a pack, the Light Seers Tarot. It's a really nice one to get. Really good quality cards and everything there if you buy the official sources. So yes, good luck with that, Sag. Just a very, very nice reading. Very nice reading. Even though there's painful energy in there, there's so much support. It's gorgeous. Best of luck with that, guys, and I will see you again soon. Ta-ta!